never, so far to my knowledge, ever been done. Dogs have had little outfits put on them, dogs have had wounds put on them, but no one has ever tried to give the feeling of a skinned dog before.
No, not too
close. It's tough enough to work with animals.
All right.
But then to work with animals that are supposed to be decomposing, you know, to put makeup on an animal is incredibly difficult.
It's not like working with actors, because actors don't lick the makeup off their faces, and actors don't shave. This creature has never been made before. There's been lots of animatronic creatures in films, but this one has no eyes. This one is predatory, it moves like a big cat. The movements of it are based around real creatures.
Its brain popping out, and it's got the crazy fangs of a dog, you know, just protruding out of its spotted gums. I mean, the detail on this creature is just amazing.
The creature is a licker. It's a form of licker. It's been developed by the Umbrella Corporation by injecting the T virus into living tissue. But it's unstable. And when the licker begins to feed upon the DNA of another living being, it begins to mutate.
I mean, you know, the licker in #2, like going back with his tongue out, dropping from the ceiling on that guy, it's in the movie.
We wanted to make it a lot more powerful, a lot more threatening. We actually built two main creatures. One was more gross movement for battering ram. He was quite heavy steel inside him, reinforced, and we could throw him at windows and doors.
It's all right.
There's a bloke inside. He's the rear portion, which gives him a lot of mobility. The second one was a much more controlled one. Radio-controlled face, the jaw splits, the two teeth at the front come out, move around independently and together. The head is a much more controlled movement. The puppeteer at the back of the creature, every movement that he does is directly corresponds to the front end of the creature. So as he's performing, then the creature's performing. With the best will in the world, you can't really animate animatronically a 4 to 6 foot length tongue.
Fabulous.
It's too big. Shouldn't it be skinnier and like razor sharp points, but like skinny and like a little whip?
This is an early design for the tongue.
What Penny's doing here is doing different muscle setups in the neck, so each muscle has a different control. So every time he moves his head, everything reacts correctly with it. So when he attacks his prey or whips his head, the character setup is a bit more complicated because it actually doesn't have a skin. It's just all muscle and sinew.
I just realized where you placed this chair. I think I'm over the trap door where the creature falls through. I'm afraid to look down. Stay away from the button.
It hunts flesh like the zombies hunt flesh, but the zombies have no intelligence left.
I really wish that I would die, like, being gutted out alive by that creature because he's just so sick and morbid. I was like, God, if only I could have one of those on a leash.
It's going to be an exceptionally scary film.
It's exactly the kind of movie that I would go and see.
Find the points when the audience is going to be hurling that popcorn in the air.
It's going to cause a lot of bad dreams for a whole new generation of kids.
And to see me in a wet mini dress and a gun, I mean, come on. What more can you ask for from Resident Evil?